What is up? What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are doing well. Okay. I'm trying this out. Trying out. Gosh. I'm nervous. I don't know if any of this is working. I have no idea if any of this is working. I'm trying something new. Never streamed on YouTube. Never streamed on YouTube. I sent my stuff there, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going. I'm not sure how to tell. Oh, I'm live. It says I'm live. Okay. Okay, it says I'm live. I think it's working. I think it's working. Okay. I think it's working. I think everything's going good. I am getting everything ready. I'm trying to figure all this out. And then I think this should be good. This should be it. Saving everything, and we should be good to go. Should be good to go. Okay. Awesome. How's it going? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Hope you're all having a good time today. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. It is me, Tristan. Wait, I need to start these down here. Okay. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to get this one off the Wi-Fi. I think it's going to work better on data because my Wi-Fi is being a little bit overloaded right now. Okay, awesome. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Stacy boy. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're all doing well. Okay. I'm here. Not much, man. I'm just trying to stream right now. I'm gonna talk about the event that just happened. Pretty crazy. I'm on 2 phones right now. I have Instagram on this one and then TikTok on this one. Hey, this is brand new. I'm figuring all this stuff out. But hey, we're doing it. We're doing good. Doing good. Okay. All right. Hold up 1 second. 1 second. My Wi-Fi is pooping out. I might have to end. You made a post last night and completely flopped. What'd you post? Man, my Wi-Fi is tanking. It's tanking. I have too many things going on right now. I might have to turn this one off. I hope not. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to turn this one off. Sorry. I think I can only be live on my computer. Sorry, brother. I'm gonna have to turn this one off. You got a weightlifting video? I'll check it out after I turn this off. How about that? Okay. Peace out. My internet isn't as good as I thought. Have a good one, brother. I'll text you later. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. We're gonna be talking about UFC 280 today. Hope you're all doing amazing. I'm here. I'm trying to figure all this out. I'm live on a couple places, so I'm trying to get this one off the Wi-Fi because my other phone doesn't have data, so I had to turn that one off. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. Here, 1 second. I'm actually going to be right back. How about that? I'll be right back. I got to end this one too. I'll be right back though. I'll be right back. Don't worry. 3 seconds.
In the next 30 seconds, 20 couples will be planning their wedding, and as they're thinking about the name change, the registry, and the whole public, they'll realize
we've got to sell our houses
and find a new one.
And where are we going to live in the meantime?
Not with your folks.
no worries. Avoid double moves and double seamlessly sell your house and buy your next one with Opendoor. Start with a free offer at opendoor.com/offer now. Eligibility and offer price may vary. Opendoor is represented by Opendoor Brokerage Inc. license 02061130 in California and Opendoor Brokerage LLC in its other markets.
There's only one place for trending sounds, viral
Oh shoot, I forgot I'm streaming on these other ones. Holy cow, I should have been moving a little faster. I completely forgot. Might be if anybody's watching. I completely forgot. Here, let me just start this one again. And then we'll be good to go. How about that? Okay. Okay. We're live, we're back. We're back again. Shoot. Okay. All right. We're back. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So today, excuse me, we are going to be awesome. We're going to be talking about UFC 280. We're going to be talking about the card that just happened this past weekend. We're going to be talking about what was going on and what is going to happen in the future of that event. Got a couple things to do. I'm going to come on here. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Sorry. I'm trying to figure this one out too. Okay. It'll be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're good. We're good to go. We're good to talk. Thank you to everybody who's joined. Thank you to everybody who is showing up right now. We're going to go over UFC 280. We're going to talk about what happened. The good, the bad, and the great about it, and mostly great event that was held. So to start it off, the main card, not even the main card. I'm going to start off with the main event of the prelims. I'm going to talk about Belal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. That fight was absolutely insane. And even though, it wasn't a main card event, this fight, was potentially a contenders match in the welterweight division. Belal Muhammad has been working his way up the ranks. One of his most recent losses to Leon Edwards, who is the now champ. So that loss doesn't look too bad. And him beating Sean Brady, who is undefeated. Him beating Stephen Thompson, Wonder Boy. Belal Muhammad has shown that he is absolutely a contender in the welterweight division. He ends the fight via TKO in round 2. Belal, he's been on my radar for quite a long time, and I definitely think he's probably at least a top 5 guy in the welterweight division. If I had to put a name on it, I would say Colby's #1 contender. Probably Hamzat #2. I would say Burns. And I honestly might put Belal at 4th. Belal 4th in sorry. Scratch that. Everybody goes down 1. Kamaru Usman, #1 contender. #2 Colby, 3 Hamzat, Burns, and Belal #5. Forgot that Kamaru is no longer the champ. Leon Edwards is the champ. But Kamaru Usman, obviously #1, and then everybody else below. But I definitely think Belal's a top 5 contender. He is shown himself and has defeated a top 5 guy, undefeated guy, and he's fought everybody that's been asked of him, and he has beat them in a dominating fashion. And then this fight sort of just solidifies that. It solidifies that he's able to beat people who have the momentum and have the undefeated records, and able to put a stop to the hype, and is able to just go in there and fight and do what needs to be done. So that's the first fight I want to talk about. Next fight, Caitlin versus Manon. A very uneventful fight. Don't really want to talk about it much. Caitlin won this lackluster fight, but even though that it wasn't the most impressive showing, it was still a win that she needed to propel her into more high-level contention fights. Thoughts on Islam the GOAT? Islam. Okay, so I was a Charles butt rider. I love Charles Oliveira. I still do. I still think he's probably one of the best fighters, if not the #1 contender for the lightweight. I think Islam showed up and showed out. All the doubts that people had about Islam just not knowing what was there were silenced. Islam came in and sealed the deal on that. He is definitely at least #1 contender, if not the champ, which he is the champ right now. But I'm saying in future reference, even if he loses to any of the people who are going to come fight him, he is definitely one of the GOATs in the lightweight division for sure. Not just right now, but of all time, one of the GOATs. But yeah, Islam showed up and showed out. He came in unafraid of the submissions of Charles Oliveira, and came in and submitted him himself. And once those Sambo guys get that grip of you, they just have that death grip squeeze. And he grabbed him and he did not let go. The dude has strength that is kind of crazy to see in the lightweight division, for people that size, But next fight that I want to talk about, Beneil Dariush versus Mateusz Gamrot. This fight, it was honestly just a masterclass of domination in every field compared to Gamrot. Gamrot came in, a skilled guy in the lightweight division, came in, and I was expecting this fight to be very close, back and forth, you know, maybe even a split decision or maybe even a no contest. I thought Gamrot was very good, did very well, but Dariush had a different plan in mind. He came in, and in the stand-up game and in the ground game, every step of the way he was beating him. And you know, after claiming, you know, this unanimous win over or unanimous decision win over Gamrot, which is what happened, no finish but unanimous decision to Dariush. He went on to say that he doesn't know who else he has to beat. He has gone through many of the people in the lightweight division, and he doesn't know what else to do. He thinks that he has done enough to earn a title shot, and I absolutely agree. I think he has beat enough people to deserve a title shot. They wanted to put they wanted to put Islam and Dariush into a ring together, and yeah, they wanted to do that before the Charles fight. The people thought Islam and Dariush needed that fight to happen, and that would be a #1 contenders match. And so I think now Dariush, I don't know if he would be able to get it done against Islam, but I definitely think he should have the opportunity to show himself and prove himself in this scene. One sec, I'm gonna open up this window and turn on lights so there's a little bit better lighting. A little dark in here. Okay, hopefully that's a little better so you can see a little easier, because I want these next parts to be well lit, because these are the big points of contention on this fight night. Next up in the main event card, or the pay-per-view card, we are talking about the controversial win. Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. This fight was a high skill, it was a high skill, high contention, high stakes fight. Highly competitive. It was highly everything. Highly anticipated. Highly debated fight. Oh. And do I think Sean O'Malley won? No, personally I don't. Do I think they got the score wrong? Yes, personally I do. But do I see how they could have scored him winning? Yes, absolutely. I absolutely could have seen, I can see why Sean O'Malley could have been decided as the winner of that fight. Sean O'Malley went in there and put on some striking work on him in the first round. But Peter Yan got a takedown as well. Peter Yan also landed a couple good shots in the first round. But I think what sealed the deal for me is in the first round, it was razor thin, but I think what barely pushed it over to the side was Sean O'Malley in the last seconds nailing a takedown against Peter Yan. He wasn't able to do much with it, but I do think that that happening edged that little bit of the first round towards Sean O'Malley again. Also, you know, he landed more strikes on him as well. And since Peter Yan did have a little more control on the ground, it was a little closer, but I do think Sean got the first round in my opinion, but I can see it going either way. Second round, Peter Yan won. He took him down, controlled him, landed heavy shots on him, won that second round for sure. But he did get a cut over, or Sean O'Malley did cut Peter Yan over the eye, which I think was a probably larger factor than people are maybe thinking in the third round. Because cuts over the eyes obviously impair vision, make it harder to fight, and messes with your head a little bit. Because whenever you see your own blood coming into your own face, unless you've never experienced it, it's a big thing to happen. It's a big deal. So yeah, I would say that was probably a big thing to have happened in that second round. And then the third round, this is my opinion. I think Peter Yan did enough to finish the third round. But if you look at the total strikes landed, and the time that he had on the ground, he got two or three takedowns that round. But the control time of the takedowns wasn't that high. And Sean O'Malley was able to get out. I could see how they would potentially give it to Sean O'Malley. But in my opinion, I think the takedowns and the knockdown that he got that round was enough to push it over in Peter Yan's favor. But they ended up giving it to Sean O'Malley. Am I upset? No, I wouldn't consider myself upset. I think it is fine that they gave it to Sean. I think Peter Yan should have won. But after watching it for a second time and looking for what the judges looked for, I could see how in the moment they could think Sean O'Malley won. I think it was a very close fight. Even after watching it a second time, it was very close. I still believe even after watching it, Peter Yan won. But in the heat of the moment, things happen. Judges get it wrong sometimes. And it is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. And there's not much, not much you can do at this point to change their mind or do whatever. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it about Sean O'Malley that I want to talk about. But real quick, I also want to talk about what is next for Sean O'Malley. Obviously, what's next for him is probably a title match against the next fight of the night, which was Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw, aka the Snake Dillashaw. And this fight was very unfortunate. It was unfortunate circumstances for both fighters. Obviously for TJ, I'm having to come in and, obviously TJ having to go in with a dislocated shoulder. He said he knew it was going to pop out. It was popping out almost every practice whenever he was training. He said it came out in April. I think he said April of this year, and it hasn't been fully healed since. And so TJ, unfortunately, had to fight with one arm tied behind his back, and I was very impressed that he was able to make it through the first round. That was very impressive. And then I feel bad for Aljo as well. Aljamain, it's been a rocky road for him as the champ. He's come in and he has fought guys. The first one he got with an illegal knee to the head, which people are saying, oh, Aljamain, he got the title for free, didn't really have to work for it, blah, blah, blah. Second fight, he beat Peter Yan again, but people still, for some reason, wanted to give it to him, or wanted to give it to Peter Yan. I personally saw Aljamain winning the fight, but there was still some contention about it, and people who were upset with the fact that he won. And now he comes in and beats TJ Dillashaw in an unfortunate way. He's had a tough time because people are thinking he is a champion by chance and by luck. And I thought this fight was going to be his fight where he could showcase his skills and showcase his ground game, because even if TJ had two arms, I do not know if he would have been able to deal with what Aljamain was able to bring to the table. And so it's unfortunate for him. It was an obvious win, obviously, because the dude had one arm, but it begs the question of should TJ retire? He's been so injury prone at his time in the UFC, and he's been so it's been so difficult for him to perform for a long amount of time without getting retired and having to take time off. And I think now that he's 36, injuries are only going to stack up and only get worse as you get older with age. So unfortunately, So unfortunately, in my opinion, I think it is time for TJ to hang it up. I don't know much else that he can do, you know? He could try his luck at 125, but once you cut that much weight, it is hard to stay uninjured. You know, it's hard to stay healthy going that low. And does he really want to climb through the ranks of 135 again? You know, just to get that title shot again, and him having to fight people again. And I don't know if it's worth it. You know, he had his reign as champion, and he already kind of scarred the last years of his career. If it weren't for the PEDs and stuff like that he was taking, TJ could have gone down as one of the greats in that division. But unfortunately, since this is the world we live in, where TJ cheated and also he's very injury prone, I think it's probably the end for TJ's career. I don't see him gaining the momentum back that he needs to go ahead and win a world championship again. But that also begs the question for who is left for Aljamain Sterling. Aljo, one of the most underrated grapplers in the UFC. You know, he's a very good grappler, has amazing ground game. And it's one of those things where you see him fighting and see him performing. And then you look at who's left in the division and you wonder, can any of them beat him? There's nobody really with the ground game of Aljamain that he hasn't beaten, you know, or that has the ability to beat other great strikers that are in this game. So I'm not sure they're going to put Sean O'Malley against him. I'm 90% sure they're going to make that fight next. But I don't know if Sean O'Malley couldn't stay up against Peter Yan. I think that Sean O'Malley is going to have a real tough time dealing with Aljamain Sterling. The times he was able to escape from him too were, I don't think he'll get those same opportunities against the champ right now. So who has the tools to beat him? I'm not sure. I think we're in a place right now in the 135 division that the dominance from Aljo is, the dominance from him is, it's absurd. You know, it's kind of like not exactly on the same level, but it's kind of like a Kamaru Usman or a George St. Pierre or a John Jones esque situation where they've gone through everybody and nobody could beat him or has beaten him. There's probably people who could, but they have to fight through the rankings as well, you know? So I feel like we're in one of those situations with him too, which is amazing to see. I'm glad he's getting the shots that he has, and I'm glad he's getting the attention that he deserves. And last, but most certainly not least, Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. Fight of the night. Probably not fight of the night, but most impressive skill set shown of the night by Islam Makhachev. I would say it beats all the prelims, Dariush, all of those, the ones where they won by unanimous decision. I think his skill set shown was incredible and what everyone was looking for. Islam came in on a guy with the most submissions in the UFC, and he came in and submitted him. Arguably the best jiu-jitsu artist in the UFC, and came in and grappled with him and put him on the ground and choked him out. Islam, it was an absolute masterclass and just showed how dominant he is, and it left zero questions of his ability. You know, I was and am a Charles Oliveira fanboy. I love the guy. I think he is so entertaining. He fights like a barbarian. He comes in and he had the gold. He had the belt already. But he came in and tried to steamroll you and put a pace on you. And he didn't even bother defending. He came in and threw those strikes and threw all the strikes and didn't even go for takedowns, even though that's where he was strongest. Didn't even go to try and bring it to the ground. He just came in and he let you hit him, get stunned, fall on his back, and dare you to go into his territory of the ground. And that's why I loved him so much. I think he was amazing. I think he was an awesome fighter. And is an awesome fighter. But Islam put the work on Charles. Islam came in and shushed all the doubts that we had. Every single doubt of, is Islam good enough? Is Islam strong enough? Is he skilled enough in grappling? Can he strike with the best of them? All of those questions were silenced. Because the way Islam beat him, he knocks down Charles and then he submits him. First round. Immediately. After a couple seconds though, Islam goes for the takedown. He doesn't even care that he has the most submissions in the UFC. He lets him fight off his back. He goes into guard and he goes for the submission. He did what he said he was going to do. He was going to come in, first 3 rounds, submit Charles Oliveira. One of the most gangster things you can do, calling your shot and doing it. So a very impressive